Alright, coming in piping hot. First on the list here is going to be the Kush Omega Transformers. I think Transformer plugins just as a whole, category are completely underutilized and slept on in the mainstream. Now, why this is? I'm not entirely sure, but they add a bit of a magic sauce that you can't really get from anything else. Matter of fact, the Kush Omega Transformers sound so good, they basically live on the top of every track in every mix that I do, or some other type of Transformer. If I'm feeling crazy, you might even catch it on some group buses. Now, if you're not familiar already with what a Transformer does, how it affects the sound, it's kind of hard to explain, at least for me, it's hard to articulate. I don't have the proper vocabulary. So I'm just gonna put it on this group bus here and just bypass it so you can get an idea what it sounds like, what it's doing. It's extremely subtle, nonetheless, very good stuff.
Let's get back. You used to call me the dead night. Pick you up, never thought that we had. Never thought that. You tell me things about you as the light would shine around you. But now you're loving up him instead. Is he comfortable in your bed? You're so comfortable in my head. Now you spend the night at his place. I don't ever wanna see his face. I don't ever wanna see his face.
I mean, if we're being completely honest, Kush Audio, just as a whole, I don't think they get the credit that they deserve. Easily some of the best sounding, most musical plugins that I've come across. And the owner, Gregory Scott, also seems like a super cool dude just to like smoke up and kick it with. But yeah, I ain't gonna say too much, so definitely check out Kush Audio if you haven't heard of them. I think they also have a subscription now, so it's like $10 a month, you get everything they offer. 100% one of the best like bang for buck subscriptions you can get out here. Next we're going to be looking at Spaces 2 by East West Sounds. Now I think I kind of get why this plugin hasn't really entered the mainstream. I don't hear too many people talking about it. It's because it's kind of expensive for what you're getting. It's just a convolution engine, so it's pretty simple, but I think it's around $200. If you're familiar with Altiverb by Eiosis, this plugin feels very similar when you're using it. I don't know what my opinion is worth, but in my opinion, this blows Altiverb out of the water. Now some people love Altiverb, they swear by Altiverb, but in my opinion, this just is better every quantifiable metric. It just sounds better to me. Now, there's a little bit of a hassle when you're using this, so I think they have some kind of proprietary file format, so I don't think this reads like third-party, like unrelated impulse responses, and I don't think you can use the impulse responses from this anywhere else. But that shouldn't really matter, they have so many options built into this just stock. The menu can be a bit of a pain to navigate sometimes, but the sound, right? That sound is what matters. And this just sounds better to me. So if you're looking for a reverb with a propensity for spaces, real world spaces, go ahead and check it out. Number 3 will be Antresol Stereo Flanger by D16. Now if you're a fan of my channel, there should be no surprise, you see Antresol all the time. And once again, D16, it's kind of just like a slept on brand in the mainstream. Like I don't know why I don't hear people talking about it more, but they have some of the most powerful plugins, some crazy modulation effects, very unique stereo effects, just some great analog hardware emulations from this company. Now some of the things that make Antresol unique to standard flangers: one, they have a bucket brigade device built into the circuit. They have the BBD technology, BBLs, you already know, as well as they have mid-side matrixing built into the plugin. So you can handle your stereo as opposed to left and right, you can handle it mid and side, and you can do some really cool, really unique things that you can't really do anywhere else just in one plugin, right? You have to set up other advanced stuff, right? Routing, encoders, polarity. I'm getting a headache just thinking about doing mid-side matrixing from scratch. So it's really nice to have this in this plugin here. All right, number 4 on the list is Stereo Imager D by A.O.M. Now this is a very simple plugin, right? You have mid gain, you have side gain, right? We were just talking about mid-side with the Antresol Flanger. Now this just allows you to affect the gain of the mid, gain of the sides. Very simple plugin, 2 knobs, but just essential, right? This is an essential tool in mixing. manipulating the mids and sides, you need the ability to do that. There are plenty of other ways you can do it. You can do it manually. There's some other plugins that, like, an EQ that might be mid-side, or like Antresol, right? You can load that on, turn everything off, and then just affect the gain. But this is just a very simple plugin that allows you to do only this, and I use it on every mix. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the Revival module in the Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack. Now this one, this one here, man. Woo! You want to talk about just magic, pure magic. I don't know if anyone knows what this plugin's doing, if anyone can explain, other than Steven Slate himself. And generally, I get turned off by plugins with just like, the 2 knobs, the 1 knob, the I don't really know what it's doing, what it's affecting, what's happening behind the scenes. But I have to make an exception for Revival. Now, I checked the user manual, but you can't find out really anything of substance. They don't tell you what this is doing, just, the usual marketing, BS. I briefly thought about checking this out in Plugin Doctor. I loaded it up, and then I realized I don't care that much. I don't really care. I don't care what it's doing. It sounds fantastic. You have 2 knobs, right? Shimmer, thickness. Shimmer, add some high-end magic. Thickness, add some low-end magic. But it's not... I don't know how to explain it, man. You just gotta put it on and try it. I'll demo it right here really quickly. Let you check it out on and off.
That's a fact. Needless stress, they draw all these critiques cause they can't just relax. Got a glimpse of freedom, I ain't never going back. Gone too long, now they missing me. I felt the epiphany, I've been doing this on my own, so I don't need your sympathy.
From the O to the Ville, they showing love in my city. These niggas jacking my style, so I gotta keep it switching. My whole city unlocked, I make them start in and style. Sun go down, they come alive, they keep a minimum high. I keep the whole city milli rocking off X's, how Miley's popping. This one for my exes who held it down before I was popping. Bitches in my way, said she from the MIA, and she Haitian, sick but say on my schedule, on my day. Mirror, mirror on the wall, show me the baddest of them all. 4 a.m. I got the call, toss it right up on the wall.
From the O to the Ville, the dons of the city, they asking for an appearance. I need a minimum 50, he said at 4 a.m. he got the call. 5 a.m. we moved it all. I don't really know if you could stop, but we just started off. Found the ones before we aired out, and now we watch them crawl. Guarded with your life, man, we came way too far to watch them fall.
On the wall, show me the baddest of them all. 4 a.m. I got the call, toss it right up on the wall.
Gone too long, now they missing me. I felt the epiphany, I've been doing this on my own, so I don't need a sympathy.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, show me the baddest of them all. 4 a.m. I got the call, toss it right up on the wall.
Me from the Ville to the O. I don't flip O's, I flip bowls, nigga, we on a different level. I think I got all this water, nigga, on a diamond bezel. I take Quaaludes like I'm Jordan Belfort.
So yeah, I think that I don't think I have to really say much else. When I discovered this is back probably my first year, like getting into mixing. It's just been on every vocal since. If you really want to get dirty, you can throw it on the mix bus. But just such a smooth, subtle, just magic. There's no other word that I have to describe what this plugin does. Just magic, man. Definitely check it out. Get the Slate Digital Bundle. I don't know how much it is a month now, 15, 20 bucks a month. Whatever it is, I'll happily pay it. The value's absolutely ridiculous. A lot of people get turned off with Slate. I don't know if it's just the interface, right? The 500, lunchbox style interface. A lot of people don't use it. They don't like to use it. I know people personally that don't use it because of this reason. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You're just missing out. So check it out if you get the chance. Next up is another offering in the Slate Digital Bundle. I told you guys, man, don't sleep on that Slate bundle. Like, for the price, it's nuts what they're offering you. Some of their plugins, oh my gosh, so good. So good. But okay, next up is the Eiosis E2 De-esser. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys. E2 is in the conversation for best de-essers that exist. FabFilter, Weiss, I'm sorry, but E2 is smoking out niggas, man. First of all, it looks fantastic. It looks so good. And I know that's not important, right? We make music, so how it sounds is always gonna be more important. But in the same breath, I have to see it, right? I have to look at it. So why would I want this shitter Oxford suppressor interface or RDSer interface or any one of 1,000 terrible looking de-essers when I can just look at this one. Also, when I have people over, if I pull this up and I pull our de-esser up next to it, it's like the perception is just night and day by your client. It's no contest. Like niggas will think you're a scrub. They just assume, right? And just looking at our de-esser, and they see this and they're like, oh, this guy. Oh my gosh, this guy must be like some kind of genius god. Even if our de-esser is a better tool for the job, right? Their perception is that you're doing better. So I mean, something to think about. Food for thought, right? But yeah, looks absolutely beautiful. So easy on the eyes. They have this dope spectral analyzer. I think this might be the only de-esser that I know of that has a spectral analyzer, which is just another cool way to visualize the audio and see what exactly is happening. Also have this collapsible option, so you can collapse it down, make it half the size. You get this cool, nice little Lexicon PCM 96 looking plugin. You get some fully customizable voiced EQ and sibilant EQ controls here on the right. You also have a dry wet knob. You have like 8 different detector circuits built in. So much in one de-esser plugin. You can use it on individual instruments. You can use it on mix buses. You can use it on instrument buses. You can use it wherever you want. You can run it in 0 latency mode. You can throw look ahead on, have it checking out a couple milliseconds ahead. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for the one de-esser to end all de-essers. And last, but certainly not least on the list, we're gonna take a look at the mythical unicorn beast of a plugin, the legendary Eventide H3000 Ultra Harmonizer. Now this originally is a hardware unit. You can still buy it to this day. I don't know if they still produce them. I don't think they still produce them. But the fine folks over at Eventide have went ahead and did us the service of recreating it and bringing it to the digital realm. Once again, if you are regularly around my channel, this is no surprise. You've seen this used at large many times before. Now this is the kind of plugin that you probably need to bust out the manual a couple times before you use it and while you're using it, but you probably won't. But it doesn't matter. I mean, there's so many presets, and all the main controls you need are just right on the front, the landing page right there when you see it. Yeah, so this is basically like the god of modulation effects. Not just modulation effects, I mean, you can reverbs and delays galore too, coming from this. What I'm mainly using it for, and I think its most popular usage, is gonna be the micro pitch shift effect, which you can do manually. I have done that plenty of times in plenty of videos manually in FL Studio. I also sell a micro pitch shift preset on my Patreon store. If you don't want to buy this plugin, go ahead and check that out. You can do it with completely stock plugins. But yeah, micro pitch shift is going to be the biggest, most popular way you're seeing this used. I'm just going to go ahead and play a video of me, bypassing it, and turning it on and off, so you can hear what it's doing, because it's probably, I think it's the coolest vocal effect. Being a fan of Travis Scott, it is my favorite for sure.
Every day I went to blessed breathe. Run to the top and it's getting so cold. Niggas like me and we rigging the cold. They say, Danny, you better behave. I'm telling bitches I'm starting a wave. I am the nigga who's rigging the base. This is the bullshit before better days. I can see the money they gon' pay. I'ma change the weather all rain. Standing my money no way too tall. Making foundations.
So boom, that's it, man. 7 quick plugins you can grab and instantly enhance your creativity, your sonic capabilities, right? Your sonic horizons will broaden. So I hope you learned something from this video, man. If you don't know already, check out my Patreon. It's going to be in my link tree in the description. I'll throw it up on the video here. Plenty of templates and presets. If you haven't seen any of my other YouTube videos, I've gone over, I don't know, probably 40 or 50 now. Different vocal chains, templates, and mixing techniques you can use to enhance your capability as a mixing engineer. So that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed. I am Don Paris, and I'm out of here.
Stop, but we just started off. Found the ones before we aired out, and now we want to crawl. Guarded with your life, man, we can't wait to far to watch. Show me the baddest 7 miles. 4 a.m. I got the call. Toss it right up on the wall. Comes along, now they missing me. I felt the epiphany. I've been doing